Welcome to the show where the action never stops and the headlines hit hard. First up, we are tracking a massive shift in strategy for the Brazilian national team as they aggressively adopt the Scaloni model to hunt down elite European-born talent. This tactical evolution is turning heads and shaking up the international scouting landscape as they look to secure the next generation of superstars for their squad.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
In a major blow for football fans everywhere, Chelsea sensation Estevao is facing a race against time for his World Cup dreams. After suffering a painful hamstring injury during a clash with Manchester United, the 19-year-old star has been ruled out for the remainder of the club season, casting serious doubt on his availability for the upcoming global tournament. The uncertainty surrounding Estevao is palpable as his manager Callum McFarlane remains cautious about a potential recovery timeline. While the young forward has been a standout performer since joining from Palmeiras, his sudden absence leaves Carlo Ancelotti with a massive gap to fill in the Brazilian lineup just weeks before the tournament kicks off across North America. This injury crisis is compounded by the fact that Brazil is already missing key players like Rodrygo, making the situation even more critical for the national team's championship hopes. We will be tracking every update on his recovery and the squad selection as it happens, so stay locked in for more. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to ensure you never miss a single update. Ever wondered why the world's football giants are suddenly scouting backyards they used to ignore? Brazil is officially taking a page out of Lionel Scaloni's playbook, and it's a total game changer. You remember how Argentina snatched up European-born gems like Alejandro Garnacho before anyone else could blink? Well, the Seleção have officially launched a full-scale operation to hunt down dual-nationality talent across the Atlantic. It's not just about winning anymore. It's about tactical dominance in the global recruitment market. Think about it. A player raised in the rigid, high-tactical environments of Europe, but possessing that classic, raw Brazilian flair. That combination is a cheat code for any national team. Brazil's scouting network is now deep diving into youth academies in Spain, Italy, and England, hunting for kids with Brazilian heritage who are flying under the radar. It's a ruthless pivot, but in international football, if you aren't evolving, you're dying. They aren't just looking for potential, they are looking for the future of the five-time world champions. Does this mean the era of the pure homegrown squad is fading, or is this just the ultimate evolution of the beautiful game? Drop a comment below and let me know if you think this strategy will secure Brazil their sixth star. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. Because in modern football, the real game happens long before the whistle blows. Could the next Brazilian superstar miss the biggest stage of them all? It is a devastating blow for Chelsea and a nightmare scenario for fans of the Seleção. Estevao, the 19-year-old phenom, has officially been ruled out for the remainder of the season following a hamstring injury sustained against Manchester United. This isn't just a loss for Chelsea's campaign. It throws his participation in this year's World Cup into serious jeopardy. Chelsea interim coach Callum McFarlane confirmed the news, noting that while the club hasn't provided a specific return date, the timeframe is long enough to wipe out his domestic availability. It is genuinely tough to watch a talent this raw and electric be sidelined just as he was hitting his stride. He has already notched 8 goals this season, and was hitting red-hot form for Brazil with 5 goals in his last 6 appearances. Carlo Ancelotti surely had him penciled in for the World Cup squad, but now it's a race against the clock for his fitness. Will he recover in time, or will we see a massive hole in the Brazil roster this summer? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think he'll make it back, or should Brazil prepare to move on without him? Hit that subscribe button for more updates on his recovery, and remember, sometimes the toughest opponents aren't on the pitch, but in the recovery room. Could a single hamstring pull derail one of football's brightest young stars, just as he reaches his global coming-out party? Heartbreak is hitting Stamford Bridge this week, as we've learned that Chelsea's dynamic sensation, Estevao, is officially sidelined for the remainder of the season. At just 19 years old, the Brazilian prodigy was practically a lock for Carlo Ancelotti's squad for the upcoming World Cup across North America. But now, that dream is hanging by a thread. The injury, sustained just 16 minutes into a tough loss against Manchester United, has Chelsea's interim boss, Callum McFarlane, confirming the worst. The kid won't be back on the pitch before the summer break. It's a brutal blow. Think about the trajectory he was on: 8 goals for Chelsea this season and a blistering run of form with the national team, netting 5 in his last 6 appearances. He isn't just a bench player. He was shaping up to be one of the faces of the tournament. McFarlane was visibly gutted when addressing the press, calling it an unfortunate setback for someone with such immense talent. While the door to the World Cup isn't officially slammed shut, the recovery timeline is completely up in the air. We all know how these things go. When you're 19, the pressure to rush back is immense, but the risk of long-term damage is even greater. Can he recover in time to prove his fitness to the Brazilian staff? Only time will tell. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think Ancelotti should take a gamble on a recovering Estevao, or is it too risky to bring him to such a high-stakes tournament? Drop a comment below and let me know your take. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with all the latest updates on the road to the World Cup. After all, the beautiful game is never short on drama. Could a single moment at Stamford Bridge just have derailed one of the brightest careers in modern football? The football world is holding its breath as we learn that Brazil's wonderkid, Estevao, has officially been ruled out for the remainder of the season with a hamstring injury. This isn't just a blow for Chelsea. It's a potential tragedy for his World Cup dreams. Interim coach Callum McFarlane confirmed the news, admitting that while the 19-year-old is understandably desperate to make it back, there is simply no clear timeline for his recovery. When you consider that he was in tears leaving the pitch after just 16 minutes against Manchester United, you realize just how much this hurts, both physically and mentally. This kid has been electric, netting 8 goals this season, and becoming an absolute lock for Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil squad. But now, with the tournament starting in June, the clock is ticking against a recovery timeline that rarely forgives. To make matters worse for the Seleção, they are already dealing with the gut-wrenching loss of Rodrygo to a serious knee injury. Brazil's depth is being tested like never before. Watching such a generational talent sidelined during his prime breakout year is a stark reminder of how fragile a professional athlete's career really is. We'll be watching his progress closely, but for now, it's a waiting game. What do you think? Should Brazil take a gamble on his fitness, or is the risk too high for such a young player? Let me know in the comments below, and make sure you're subscribed for the latest updates. Sometimes, the most beautiful parts of the game are written in the struggle to come back.